going to test it on Twitch real quick. There we are. Man, things look weird.
What do you mean things look weird?
My camera. Oh, there we go. My camera was really stuttery. Oh, I see you dancing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Goodness gracious. That was interesting.
Let me plump up the beard.
I should have gotten a real drink.
Oh yes. Look at this glorious plumage.
It's my internet speed. There we go. My internet speed's doing something weird, man. And my computer is hardwired into the router. It's not wireless. So I don't know why I'm getting such weird internet stuff tonight. But anyway, but here we are. So
let's do it then. Come on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Hopefully it'll keep going. It'll go fine. I always forget Darth. Okay. So how do we do this again?
Well, first off,
it's only been 6 months. I know that. Right?
So let's do that.
I'm trying to remember how I intro it. It's been 6 months, man. Oh, you left your name on. Oh, it's cut off. It's fine. It's you're fine on here, but it'll be all right. It's good. Oh, let me fix my. Let me fix my window a little bit here. No, not really. Okay, Connor, I see ya. See ya.
Are you not noticing? Are you not noticing I'm doing it in rhythm?
I'm looking at my stuff over here. I'm trying to do the production monkey stuff, remember? I think that's going to be good enough. That's good enough. Okay. Oh! Bones! Mitch! Hey, buddy!
The Bones.
Mr. Bones is here. All right, cool. So, all right, so I'm going to stop this yucky music, start our other theme yucky music, and then we'll get going.
Okay, our music is not yucky.
No, it's not.
Put some respect on.
I paid enough on Fiverr for it, so it's fine. Okay, you ready?
Yep, let's go.
Are you going to dance, monkey? Hey everybody, welcome to the Gene Pool Variety Hour, episode 103 after a 6-month layoff. Yeah, I know, it's been a while, right? So I'm one of the co-hosts, I'm the old guy, I'm the dad of the group, I'm Sean, and the guy on the other side of the screen, or down in the corner if you're watching the live stream, is...
As you know, I am Connor, aka Quillmeister, aka the spawn of that man over there's loins, and clearly
TMI.
I'm the upgrade. Just look at me. I am just the upgrade.
You definitely are the upsized version. You're absolutely right. So
Was that a fat joke? Was that a fat joke?
I just says you're the upsized version. You take it however you
Oh,
want.
okay. We're throwing shade now. We're throwing shade now, skunk
Hey,
beard.
I'm old and I got a skunk beard. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, guys, it has been way too long since we've been here. We're not going to
I
go into a
agree.
lot
I
of detail,
agree.
but in the last 6 months, we've
You
had
won't.
family losses, and other family crises that I'm just not go into. And there was just too much to going on that we just said, you know what, we're taking some time off. Things have finally started
Yep.
to settle down, and so we decided, why not May 1st? Everybody else seems to be having riots and protests on today being May Day, so this is our protest. We're actually showed back up again.
Yeah.
So anyway, we don't have a lot on the plate today. We got a movie that we're going to talk about.
Obviously, that's our hook. That's what we always do.
And usually we have like a weird segment that we're going to do.
It's gonna be May.
we're gonna shift things around. We've had some conversations. We're gonna add some new segments, and we're gonna kind of randomize them, because why would we plan for anything? And then we're gonna kind of just go from there. So
So to give you a metaphor as what we got going on. See, we used to be Oreo classic. Just the classic Oreo with the chocolate cookies, a little bit of cream in the middle. But now we've got new flavors coming out. We still got the cookie, but the cream is going to be different. We've got peanut butter. We've got mint. We've got that weird candy corn cream filling. We're going to get weird.
Well,
But I mean, I'm with the co-hosts. We're going to be weird anyway.
And listen, and I'll go ahead and tell you, if you're watching the live stream, I apologize. We're having some weird network issues. We're dropping a bunch of frames I'm seeing. I had to reboot my modem and router right as we started to go live a while ago. And for some reason, something weird is just going on. I mean, all my system is hardwired into the modem. I mean, into the router, but we're still having some dropped frames and stuff, and we usually don't have any of that. So, hopefully the audio podcast will be fine, because I'm recording it separately, but I don't know what's up. So anyway, but that being said, bear with us. Like I said, it's been 6 months and we're still trying to get our feet wet. So let's talk about what's been going on the last 6 months.
Exactly,
Not
Mr.
going
Bean.
into a bunch of the family stuff and all that, but
Not
just kind
going into a bunch of detail.
of
no.
nerd stuff, all that kind of stuff. What's going on with you, man?
Let's see, nerd stuff. I've gotten really into, so in the past 6 months, I've gotten really into two games mainly. Three if you count the one me and Dad are playing together. Grounded 2, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and then Borderlands 4. Grounded 2, I never got to play Grounded 1, but I heard great things about the gameplay, and I saw playthroughs of it through social media. So I figured when Grounded 2 came out on Game Pass, I'll give that a shot, because people said in the reviews, you don't even need the context of Grounded 1. You can just go right in and play and enjoy the upgraded game. And so I'm like, okay. And I loved it. And I am not the kind of guy that loves survival base building kind of games. But I mean, you put me, a budding entomologist, who the majority of my comedic and pop culture references were based on my dad, who got the bulk of his stuff from the 70s and 80s, and put those into a game where you are the size of an ant, and it's set in the retro 1980s, and one of the avatars you can play is a nerd who's also an entomologist. And yes, it's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game. Exactly, Bones. And I loved it. I loved that you can tame bugs and ride them like freaking war mounts. That's awesome. I love the ingenuity of the different ways you can build resources and reuse parts. It's just a very fun game in general to get into, and I highly recommend playing it. Next up, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Another awesome game. It is one of those classic open world exploration games set in one of the most invigorating and such awe-inspiring, eye-catching animation that I have ever seen. Honestly, it's literally like you're in the movie with how detailed the animation and the gameplay is with this game. You have all the freedom of playing as the Navi. You're able to perfectly mesh Sky People stuff with Navi stuff, and the story. Oh my god, the story is so heart wrenching. You will cry learning as you play as this character, and you will love it. I've been trying to convince my dad to play it too, because it's a game we can play together. Because he also loves the Avatar series, and
The
he also loves
movies.
open. He also loves, but he also loves first person open world exploration. He loves resource collecting to make better gear. He lo- um he loves freedom of storyline choosing and exploration. It's basically I'm kind of describing it as like Skyrim but on Pandora. So I feel like he would really enjoy it, but he's fighting me on it. We got to convince him, guys.
I, it's not that. I mean, I tried it, and I didn't even get to the camp yet, and I just got so many other things that I've got going on, and the other games that I'm playing, and I don't get to play that often. So, I don't get to jump around from game to game a lot, because if I do that, I never make it in anything because I've only got an hour here or whatever, right? Yeah, see, I'm already getting,
That's very fair. That's
you
very
know,
fair.
internet issues. I'm getting all these notifications of internet issues.
Pings
I
and
don't know.
dings and rings.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't get it, man. So anyway,
Do
it may be
do
that.
do you think it's all the storm damage?
No, I mean, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's causing it, because, um, good modem, good router. Unless the Chinese, maybe that's it. Because we're going to be talking about a Chinese movie tonight. Maybe the Chinese are hacking my router. Maybe that's it. So I blame the
Pretty
Chinese.
something pretty.
I blame the Chinese for
Oh,
this. So.
careful there, Dad. Oh, man.
Like I'm a
It's pretty,
I'm a
pretty soon you're gonna be
threat.
getting.
Like I'm a threat. Okay, come on.
You would be surprised.
So, well, hey, look, we have had moments where our podcast got thousands of downloads from Korea because we reviewed a couple of Korean movies. I don't know how they found out we were doing
I
it.
thought it
But
was Taiwan.
no, it was South Korea. It was
thought
Train to Busan, and then there was another one.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah. So, but anyway,
It was this weird movie about life and death and going through the circles of death or something.
well, there was that one, and yes, and I can't remember the name of that one. It's something about the gods or
I
something.
can't remember it either.
But then there was, Train to Busan, the
The zombie one.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good one.
Love that movie. That
was
was
really
one of the
good.
best movies. That
Yeah.
was one. That was like top tier of the first.
That was a
we've
good one.
watched here.
Yeah. So, as
I've actually rewatched it since because it was so good.
gotcha. So, I mean, anything else going on? I mean, I haven't had much going on, but
Let's see. I've really hit my stride with my D&D groups, of which my dad is one of the players. He plays Dayton Shade Hollow, our Way of the Four Elements monk, in my Saturday group.
and I need one more level so that I can boost my intelligence points by 2, so that can give me the stats I need to multi-class. I want to multi-class that new Scion class. I wish D&D Beyond would add it to the system, because if I can do a monk Scion multi-class, dude, I'm role playing a Jedi. I'm role playing a Jedi, 100%. I'm role playing a Jedi. So, anyway, Dayton Shade Hollow.
My dad. Yes, Dayton Shade Hollow.
Come on, man. If you're going to do D&D,
I mean-
you got to do it right. The only thing I don't do is I don't do voices, because I can't do voices. So I don't do voice. We got a couple of guys in there
He
that
used to do voices.
I do funny, like, cartoon type voices, but I can't do like dialect type voices. I can't do that, right? So thanks. I appreciate that.
You're rolling the Discord. Oh, man. But my dad has been really enjoying his part in the group and in the campaign. Dayton has got a couple of cool little side questy things going on.
And and Dayton's got a flying snake. You take that for what you will, but I got a flying snake that's my pet. So, and he goes at Mitch, and I'm sure you get this from Beastmaster, but my snake's name is Cinder. He's kind of like my Kodo and Podo from Beastmaster. That I send him out, I can see through his eyes and do my recon. So I pretty much there you go, flying snakes, name of my sex tape. So anyway,
hey, this is a family show. This is a family show.
Mitch is in the chat. That's all. That always makes it a risk.
Keep it tight like a toiga. Do it like a toiga.
So anyway, we've been playing some D&D. Yes, we've been playing a little bit of D&D, and I've been trying to keep up with these young guys. But the reality is, I'm used to play. You guys do a lot more role playing than I'm used to. I mean, we'll go what? We've gone like 2-3 sessions in a row with nothing but role play, no combat at all, and I'm like, dude, I'm twitching here. I'm twitching here.
That's why tomorrow you guys are gonna fight this major dude who is causing all these ghosts to pop up.
I get that. But yeah, I'm a punchy monk, so I like to punch stuff, and I'm not getting the opportunity to do that. So I'm kind of going through some DTs a little bit. But anyway.
But I mean, also you have to understand the context. You're in the middle of the capital. If you fight too much, that gets attention from the guards, and pretty soon you're spending a night in the jail cell.
Right, but then you get to break out, and there's a whole other side quest.
A side quest that would derail the entire freaking campaign. Being fugitives from the law.
Oh my god. So anyway, but and that's the other thing. So here's that's great. Here's the other thing. Here's a Gen X guy playing with all these like Gen Z millennial folks, and
Bill is just a few years younger than you, Dad.
Apart from Bill, but we've had people that have joined, and they've left the group after one session. So can't have right. So somebody joined in. Hey, so so welcome, guns. But I mean, my humor tends to go. Look, not only Gen X, but I worked with the military for several years. So my humor goes decidedly to the dark side, and Connor will tell you we've had a couple of people that have come in and joined, and they've stayed for one session, or two sessions, and
then they bow out,
and they're just like, it's just kind of uncomfortable in here, and they leave. So I'm sorry if you can't handle it. It's just a game, man.
I can understand if something is said and makes them feel a certain way. But that is when you have to buck up, talk to the DM or talk to the person who said those things, and let them know, hey, you did this. I didn't like that. So that then they can monitor themselves and have more open eyes and be a better player in the future. If all you do is just say, okay, I'm going, this is why, and then block,
right?
Then how is that going to help anybody?
Hey, look, that says way more about them than it does about us. That's the way I see it. So
I know,
and and here's the thing: as a proud Gen Xer, I really don't care. I really don't care. Sorry, see ya.
I care to an extent.
Well, you're the DM.
I try to make it fun for everybody.
Your job is to run the thing. I just come in and like to try to wreak havoc if I can. Exactly, Mitch. She's gonna make me do it more. So, but So anyway, so I'm enjoying that, and it's taken me a while to kind of get my role play legs back underneath me, and I'm still
Yeah.
My brain's moving slower than it used to, so kind of remember, oh, where's this number and what dose, that stuff, which dice do I have to roll and what's my plus here and that kind of stuff. That's still taking a while, but I'm enjoying it. So anyway, Connor runs a good show,
Don't
here's
worry, Dad.
here's the thing, Connor's
Thank you for saying that.
Connor's DM campaigns that he runs, and he runs. I mean, you got 2 going right now, right?
Yep.
Right. So, and both of them are custom. He wrote them, and we didn't go buy a module. He writes this whole thing out, and half the time, the party he's running, namely us, goes, ooh, that way, and we go a different direction, and he ends up having to wing it for like an hour, throwing in characters and voices and storyline stuff. I don't know how he keeps up with it, and then remembers to add it to the campaign when we get back the next time. But so. He's got way more of a creative mind than I do. So I've been telling him for at least a couple of years now that I really think what he needs to do is to take these campaigns that he's written,
write out these campaigns,
write them out, put them in a publishable form, and send them to like Wizards of the Coast and or Pathfinder and those kind of places, and say, hey, you know what, dude, that'd be a cool side cottage, business for you. Writing those on the side. So, but anyway, so
exactly, Guns. Why would the players go for the plots when there's this pretty shiny thing I half-heartedly mentioned on this one merchant's cart?
Well, look,
now I got to figure out some kind of giant magical Fey realm quest that this one random necklace seems to be tied to.
Right. Well, and it's like this last week that we, session that we had, we're trying to solve this murder mystery, and all of a sudden I said,
in the Royal Martial Academy,
and all the other players are like, oh, well, let's do this, let's research this, let's research that, and I said, hey, I'm going around back to the garden, and I'm just going to kind of meditate, and I'm going to send my snake off to do my recon for me, and then I kind of solved the thing. So he had to kind of wing all that. So, but anyway.
But Dad, let's be honest. You guys don't hold a candle to my Sunday group.
Probably
my
not.
Sunday group are chaos incarnate because we're all of the same generation and we're all as chaotic as the last.
Are they all murder hobos?
They're not murder hobos. They are brown chicken wow hobos.
Oh, okay, gotcha. They can't be as chaotic as botched the botched crew though.
Okay, if botched is a 10, I put this group at maybe an 8.5, maybe pushing 9.
Okay, we'll see about that. But anyway, so listen, so I guess kind of what I wanted us to do is to talk a little bit about.
Okay, yes, I did call it shiny.
The changes that we're kind of doing. So, we always kind of just did this kind of banter, and then we kind of, would have like a geek question, something that Connor would come up with.
Yeah.
So we decided to, and then the movie.
Thinking about.
I need to clip that. That's the new segment, right there.
At least let me put some heart and soul into it, not just that little bloop thing.
I like the do. So
I'll sound like Popeye.
So anyway, so we kind of chatted and talked about some other ideas for some segments, and so what we're gonna end up doing is we kind of came up with 5 different new segments, quick little segments that we can do, and we're gonna randomly pick one each week. So very little prep
with a roll of the dice.
We're just gonna roll the dice and pick which one we're gonna do, and we're just gonna kind of roll with it. So, one of the ones that we
I mean, we're gonna pick it the week before, like
the
movie.
Right. We'll pick the movie and the segment the week before, but anyway, so one of the ones that we talked about doing is this thing called patch notes. So
exactly.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm excited for that one.
You want to talk about it?
All right. So, yep.
Okay.
So with patch notes, essentially, it's like. If you could take one thing from nerd culture or pop culture and then just change one thing about it to try and improve it.
Basically, you're going to take something from nerd culture and patch it, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like so like it would be so cool if Pokemon could actually talk, because somehow the Pokemon and the trainers can already fully understand each other, but the Pokemon can only say their names or their animal sounds. So what would it be like if Pokemon could actually talk, like Meowth from the anime? You know, that's one of that. That's something I think about. Or like,
I would love to hear the names
or
that I would love to
like,
hear the names that Pikachu would call Ash. In that
oh,
Pikachu
that
voice.
would turn rated R really quick. Oh, he would be like freaking Deadpool. Just oh my gosh,
Anyway,
that's gonna be awesome.
so
Let's see.
okay.
Yeah,
So that's
patch notes.
that's what we're gonna do with Patch Notes. We're gonna just like randomly pick something from nerd culture. Connor will probably pick it because he has the endless brain for that stuff, and we're gonna just kind of talk about how we can make it better, or worse. We might make it worse. Probably will. But anyway, and then another one we thought of was called. Okay, you've heard of the Build-A-Bear Network, right? Um, we're gonna do Build a Character Workshop, all right? But it's gonna be kind of random. So we're gonna take a fictional character, okay, or and then just based on prompts, then we'll probably get some random prompts from ChatGPT or something about like that. Create their character and argue about their traits, their backstory, and their choices. Like, okay, for example, build a superhero that nobody would trust. Build an example.
Right. That's one that's gonna be fun.
Build an example of the worst chosen one kind of thing, right? What's the worst possible Neo we could have from the Matrix kind of stuff? And just see where it takes us. Just kind of and that'll be another one that we're just going to kind of riff on, I'm sure.
Neo with agoraphobia.
Neo. Okay.
Neo with agoraphobia.
But okay. Well, that's a segment in the future. We're not doing the segment now. So, but so that's another one we wanted to do.
Another one we have is called the Reboot Room. Here we're gonna take a dead, weird, forgotten, or broken up property, IP or something, and we try to give it a reboot with a fresh spin. So like an example for me, I would love to see what a reboot of Ren and Stimpy would look like.
You
because
stupid idiot.
Ren and Stimpy was so disturbing, and I just want to see how they can revamp it to traumatize an entirely new generation.
I could see that.
I'm sure Dad will be first in line for that.
But here's what I like about that one. We can take some movies that we loved the idea of that were horrible, and try to reboot it, right? Like a game that deserves another shot, or a bad 90s sci-fi movie, or just something like that. And it's like, the concept was good, but the execution was horrible. How can we make it better? Well, how can we reboot it? And what would we do to reboot it? So,
Hey, Dad. What's the name of that movie? I'm sure you really liked it. You
gotta give me the name, man.
And you showed it to me.
Okay.
I know. I can't remember the name.
How am I
the
supposed
kid
to?
was playing. Let me tell you what I remember from it.
Okay.
This kid was playing. This kid was playing one of those retro arcade games at a hotel. He got the high score on it, but then it turns out it was actually some kind of recruitment thing, and this kid was then abducted by aliens who put the game there to then have him fight a war for him.
The Last Starfighter, you better not touch that one.
That's it.
You better not touch that precious piece of media. Do not. We are not going to reboot that thing. It needs to stay as it is. Complete with cheesy 80s CGI graphics and everything. Absolutely. Don't touch that
one. Come on. You
reach for the stars.
That would you're not telling me, do you think it would be so cool to have like a revamped version where like where like the Last Starfighter is actually some kind of VR game, and this kid has to get into like a full haptic suit outfits to fully control this armada.
Some movies should not be touched. Here's another one that should never be touched. I was just talking to somebody about this one today. Better Off Dead. You should never touch that movie. John Cusack, Booger from Nerds. I think he was in that one. Yeah, that's the one where I think he ends up anyway. Yeah, I want my $2. Yeah, that's you got to keep that one. So.
Okay. Time Bandits. I would love to reboot Time Bandits.
No. Guess what? They did that already and ruined it.
Oh no, I know. With Lisa Kudrow, they got Phoebe to play in it, and they got rid of the little people.
Well, but when it's kind of like when their first round of what the reboot or the remake of Snow White they were going to do, they try to have equal representation, and I'm like, okay, it's Snow White and the 7 diverse individuals,
below average height men.
I mean, it was anyway. Yeah, just some things you don't mess with. Some things you don't mess with. You just don't mess with. So, but we'll find some. Because there's some out there that I kind of liked them, but they could be better now, right? But there's some that we should not touch. So, what are some others we got? What's another we got?
The Pitch Blackout.
Here we go. You
want to explain that one, Dad?
Okay, so the pitch blackout is this. We're gonna come up with a horrible topic for a horrible pitch for a movie, a game, or a show or something like that. We're gonna get a random prompt, probably from like ChatGPT or something like that, and you have 60 seconds to pitch the idea. Like, okay, a horror movie set in a fantasy tavern, a detective Pokemon spinoff, but serious. So Pokemon and Meow or whatever he is,
Meowth.
or like Meowth, or like partners, right? Good cop, bad cop kind of thing. A superhero whose power is objectively useless, and I'm sure Mitch probably has some really strong opinions on some superheroes out there whose powers were objectively useless. So anyway,
Aquaman. Excuse me.
A D&D campaign set entirely in one mall. That would be kind of fun. I have to go back to the 80s for that one. So anyway, so those are the 4 new ones we came up with, and then we just kind of stuck with what's in Connor's head. That's going to be our fifth segment. It's kind of our catch-all, because who knows what's in Connor's head. Who knows what's going to come up? So we got those.
I don't even know what's in my head, and it's kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah. So anyway, we're just going to do some different stuff and kind of mix it up a little bit to give us some different ideas and keep things interesting. Our bad movies are always going to be our hook, but I wouldn't say they're always bad. Sometimes they're good. This one was meh to
Our
me.
random movies.
Our random movies, absolutely. So, anyway, so yeah, I hope that some of you guys. Here we go. Mitch in the chat says, y'all dunk on Aquaman, but there was an X-Man named Maggot whose mutant power was hosting 2 parasites who fed on him. Okay, I'm not the comic aficionado. I don't know superheroes as well, other than what I know from the movies, really. I would love to. Okay, Mitch, who should play the Maggot? Who should play him in the next X-Men movie?
Willem Dafoe.
Well, he's already kind of. Well, I mean, yeah. There's nothing that says that people can't play multiple superheroes. We have that already, so why not? But
no, wait.
Now we're gonna need to probably have an entire segment just to decide who do we cast for the Maggot in the next X-Men movie, and who's gonna do wait, and who's gonna do the voices?
Mark Wahlberg.
Who's gonna do the voices of the 2 parasites? We need somebody who's gonna do the voices of the parasites. Cheech and Chong, maybe.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Key and Peele. Key and Peele.
Yeah, that would be good. Although they don't work together anymore. It's not like they had a breakup or anything. They just have gone in these different directions, with their careers.
Things,
yeah. So, but anyway.
Let's see. Oh, jeez.
What?
So it's Martin Short, and who's the guy who's like always with him?
Steve Martin. Yeah, Steve
that's
Martin.
It. Steve Martin and then Martin Short.
So we got we'll have some really interesting ideas. And well, hello, Dennis. How are you? So
hello, Dennis.
But
we are just here learning about the apparent X-Man whose name is Maggot, who literally lets people feed off him, to parasites specifically, and we're debating on who should play him and who should voice the parasites. So so far in the running we have Cheech and Chong, Key and Peele, and then Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah. So anyway, but no, I was just going to tell Dennis that we were just talking about Botched a while ago because Connor was talking about his Sunday D&D group that he runs and how crazy and off the chain they are. And I'm like, I don't know that they will keep up with Botched. You haven't listened. Have you listened to any of the season yet of Botched? It's
not yet. No.
Yeah. Toilet goblins. We have toilet
like,
goblins. So just be ready for that.
I have sea gremlins.
Oh, this is not a gremlin. This is something much worse and better at the same time.
So the way I was describing it is if Dennis, if you and Botched are like at a 10 for chaos, my Sunday group is about an 8.5, maybe pushing 9 if they're really going hard,
So anyway, look, we were just talking about some new segments that we're going to start doing moving forward. We're probably going to go just kind of get together every other week. We're not going to try to push it every week, but anyway, anything else about that stuff before we should talk about this movie? Question mark? If you call it that?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
All right. Hey, you know what? I haven't even played any of our stuff yet. We haven't played any chickens. It just shows you how long it's been. I had to keep forgetting. I got buttons right here in front of me. I've got all these pretty little buttons, and I haven't used any of them. So anyway, let's do the next segment of. Okay, dude, dead air. I just threw the ball up there for you to hit.
Swallowing.
No, you were looking at your phone is what you were doing. It's time for the next segment of what, damn it?
Roll for credits.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness gracious. Anyway, so listen. So we wanted to talk about there's this movie from 2019 out of China called Skyfire. So imagine
Skyfire, yes.
Jurassic Park, but with volcanoes. So the tag in this is like Chuanho. I can't pronounce Chuanhu. I can't pronounce that island. Anyway, the island is a beautiful paradise.
I think it was Schwanza.
Okay, whatever. I don't speak Chinese.
Schwanza.
So it's a beautiful as a paradise. It almost makes people forget that it's located in the Ring of Fire, the world-famous Pacific Rim volcanic belt. The volcano erupts and the fate of the people on the island entangles. But here's the thing, okay? So, right. A group of volcanologists led by Ming Li researched the safety of the volcanic island paradise because somebody, played by Jason Isaacs, decides to build a resort and an amusement park on this island. And, of course, he does. And, of course, stuff happens. People die. Love happens. People are sacrificed. People are saved. It's that kind of thing. But it was not one of the worst movies that I've seen. But it definitely wasn't one of the better ones that I've seen. It's one of those, for me, it's one of those movies that's just kind of meh. So really the setup is they're building this thing on this island. He needs to have all these investors come in to look at it and check it out. Very similar to Jurassic Park, to have people test it out, and then of course the volcano erupts, and everybody that's living on the island is dying and all that kind of stuff. So, it starts with several years before. There's there's this research team doing research on this island about the volcano and seismic stuff, and there's a husband and a wife and their daughter are there, of course, with their team. The volcano erupts. Long story short, the husband, the dad, and the daughter escape. The mom dies. Then you fast forward 20 years later. Now the daughter's the adult, and now she's doing the volcano stuff, and she's on the team that's doing the research on this island again. So that's kind of the storyline behind it. But anyway, so it wasn't bad, but what I had some
mediocre.
I had some really quirky thoughts about this one. I don't know if you saw it. Well, first of all, first thing I want to mention is the thing that set me up to begin with is, I don't know if you remember when we had Travis on, from TV's Travis, and, from, Wait You Haven't Seen, from that podcast. You remember when Travis was on with us? And I forgot what movie it was we watched, but he made a comment because, I think he studied film, and he's, so he's in that domain more than we are. And he made a comment that you can kind of get an idea of the quality of the movie that you're going to be watching, depending on how many production companies you see the trailers for at the beginning of the movie. Meaning how many production companies gave money to make this movie. It's like, if it's a bad movie, they have to get $20,000 here, $15,000 here, whatever. They keep having to do that stuff to get enough money to make the movie. So it's like the more production companies that are in this, probably the worse the movie is. There were 7.
And how many productions did
there
this
were
one
7.
Oh, wow.
There were 7. I had to go back and count them. 7 production companies paid for this movie. So that set me off to begin with. But then there were they couldn't keep things consistent. Did you catch all the inconsistencies in the movie? What inconsistencies did you catch?
Couple?
Which ones did you catch?
I can't really think of any off the top of my head now.
Right off the bat.
Is it something about the sensors?
No. But right off the bat, in that first opening scene, from 20 years ago, the dad, he's at their base camp with all the other scientists, and the mom and the daughter are out in the field somewhere. Okay. The dad is Chinese. He's Asian. He's of Asian descent. The mom is clearly Caucasian, right? She's clearly Caucasian. The daughter is Caucasian. She did not have, she wasn't a child of an Asian father and a Caucasian mother. She was a Caucasian little girl. And then you fast forward 20 years, and all of a sudden, she's Asian. I mean, it's like, do new races kick in at puberty or something? I'm like, how can you go from a cute little American girl, so to speak, cute little Caucasian girl, and then 20 years later, all of a sudden, she's like this beautiful Asian woman, and I'm like, how does that happen? So I was sitting there going, why did the kind of an interesting creative choice Caucasian Asian? Exactly. So anyway, so I'm like, that's an interesting
Caucasian
creative
squared.
That's kind of an interesting creative choice. So
I mean that it's not like there's a whole lot of 20-somethings female Asian Caucasian actresses out there.
Oh, I mean, I can think of 2 or 3 right now. I can't think of their names that I've seen on TV shows lately. But here's the thing. They could have found, this is China, Connor. There's lots of people in China. I'm sure they could have found a little girl that at least looked more the part of a child of an Asian father and Caucasian mother. You know? So that kind of threw me off. Like, at the very beginning, I'm sitting there going, okay, let's see where this goes. And then do you remember there's one part where they had this whole thing where they took this tram all the way up. Oh, here goes my stupid little camera again. But they took this tram all the way up to the top of the.
You're also sounding kind of robotic now, Dad.
Oh, really? Am I? Oh,
and I think our stream is fully frozen now. It
probably is because our network is almost completely shut down here for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but the recording is fine here because I'm recording locally. But
there we go. We're back again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So, I really don't know what we.
The worst place for a stream to pause.
I don't know what was said right when it paused. You'll have to tell us what that is. I'm so sorry about the stream, guys. It's really weird, but because I'm watching my stream, my stream over here, my bandwidth, and it's just jumping up and down constantly. So I don't get what's going on, but the part where they had the tram, because you can they could take a tram all the way up to the top of the volcano and then take this like protected bubble thing down into the mouth of the volcano, and that's when things started to hit the fan.
Made of protective, heat-resistant ballistic glass,
whatever that is. But that's when the thing starts to explode and things are kind of going crazy. But you remember when they're trying to escape from there, they're on those two trams, right? The two trams going side by side. And if you remember,
and the fact that if they jumped between them, the air wouldn't just freaking carry them away.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there. But no, when they're on that track, and you remember one of the boulders, one of the flaming boulders hit the track on the right side and broke that track. That's why they're having to jump from the right car to the left car, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When the surviving car came into the station, it was on the right track. So somehow it magically moved from the left side to the right side. So apparently the stream paused when Connor says, "Connor, you can't tell me there aren't enough little Chinese girls," and then it pauses. Oops. That's
Oh,
we might get a content mark on us on Twitch for that one. Anyway, so that was kind of.
Oh man.
Probably, I will say, probably one of my favorite parts.
You're just here to talk about caves.
For one of my favorite parts of the movie was, they had the pylons that were holding up the tracks, so they were having a time when to jump in between the pylons. Air resistance notwithstanding, Connor, they were having to jump between the pylons. Remember, right? They having to time it because they're like 5 seconds. My favorite part of the whole movie, I think, was when the guy didn't time it and jumped right into one of the pylons, and he just had that look of woo, like falling down a cliff. It was hilarious. That one, I was laughing too hard to actually even do it, but that was probably my favorite part of the whole movie was watch, and there was a sound effect to it too.
Did you hear the metallic twang? Oh man.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, and we saw the dude fall. That dude was spaghetti. That dude was just spaghetti in a blood bag at that point.
But anyway, so look, I mean, it was action. It wasn't.
I won't go down.
It wasn't bad. I mean, the action wasn't bad. I thought that it was mostly, in Chinese or in Mandarin, and it was English dubbed. But so sometimes when you're doing that, you kind of miss, like we've talked about this before, because a lot of times if there's a movie I can watch it with subtitles or I can watch it dubbed. I've watched it dubbed. You watch it with subtitles, and I agree with you. I think you miss some of the action, some of the drama if you're just listening to the English dubbed version, because they don't have the emotional connection like the characters that are actually doing the acting. So I agree with that. So I think we missed some of that. Hold on, we missed some of that. But I thought that acting generally was pretty good. I thought the dynamics of the relationship between between the daughter and the dad were okay. But anyway, what?
Did you feel like the dad, in his dubbed actor, he was almost trying to sound a little bit too intense? Kind of had that hard, breathy tone when he was trying to do his dialogue.
The guy who did the English voiceover? I don't know, maybe.
Because when I heard it, I'm like, okay, are you trying to be a dad, or are you trying to be Batman? Because it sounds like, I am the night, I am the vengeance. Where is he? It sounded like he was trying to do Batman for some reason.
But but here's something else that I thought that always gets me with either anime or movies from Japan, China, from that area. That they'll say something and the person doesn't say yes or okay or anything like that. They just kind of go, do that and shake their head, the one shake. It's like a thing. It's like it's in every movie that I've seen. So anyway, what else? What are your thoughts about the movie in general? Because there was another thing that really drove me crazy, like on a realism kick that just drove me nuts. But you got any other thoughts about the movie though?
So one premise of the movie that I actually did enjoy as like a fledgling scientist myself is the desire to want to catalog, research, and fully understand what triggers an eruption, because what they said in the movie actually is correct. We know there are all these factors for that are caused by eruptions, but we've never been able to figure out what is the actual thing or things that cause an eruption to trigger and start in the first place. So that premise I thought was very fascinating that they were trying to figure out.
Okay, first of all, again, this is a family show, so we don't talk about what triggers an eruption. Okay, we just don't do that here. But
activate a volcanic occurrence. How about that?
Whatever, man.
Activate a volcanic occurrence.
If that's what you want to call it, buddy. Okay. So anyway,
I will backhand this.
It's called anyway. Look it up. Google it. So as we've said your entire life, Google it. Mitch bringing the heat in the chat tonight. But anyway, as far as that action movie goes, I mean, it was okay. There was a lot of tense action going on, but it was unbelievable. But here's the thing. Here's one of those things that drove me absolutely batty. You remember the young couple that were going to get engaged? He gave her the ring and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in that whole clamshell with the ring thing in the water.
Yeah, so
were they part fish to hold their breath for so long?
Dude, hold on a second. So they went to a cave and they found there was a pool in a cave, and so they decided to go swimming in the cave, and and they swam down, and he had put on a volcanic rock pylon at the bottom of the pool. That should have been your first clue not to do something, be down there. He put like an old clamshell and put the ring on there. Very romantic kind of thing. And then the pool started to fill up with lava from an active volcano. And what do? They just tread water at the top of the pond, at the top of the pool for a little while. And then they swim down because there's like some water reservoir piping at the bottom of the thing to kind of take it to the reservoir. And so they're just holding their breath and she's holding onto his neck, and he's
in
pulling
water
up,
that is near boiling,
and he's pulling themselves up as they're going underwater, and literally like 5 feet from them is this lava flow coming in from the volcano into the pond, and they're just kind of boop, 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 just moving on, trying to get out. They were more concerned about not being able to breathe than, boiling to death. And I'm like, that just, stuff like that just drives me crazy. It's one of the reasons why I liked, if you're going to do sci-fi, something like that, at least try to make your sci-fi stuff seem realistic, right? But with sci-fi, you can kind of have some fun with it because it's science fiction, right? But this, an Earth.
Did you notice in that scene? Did you notice in that scene in the pool of water as everything was like pouring into the pool, they were actually filtering bubbles and rolling the water to make it look like it was boiling.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you notice that?
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, but I didn't catch that. But I mean, if you're gonna have a movie, at least make that kind of stuff realistic. I mean, nobody would survive in a pond with lava flowing into the pond. You might survive for the first 5 seconds, but you wouldn't just be sitting there treading water going, oh no, what do we do? Oh, I know. Let's swim further down into the water and go through this tunnel, this underground water tunnel with all the lava.
Now, there is a bit of science to that.
I'm sure
the deeper you go, the colder it does get. But at the same time, when you're going just a few feet, the temperature difference is going to be like a couple degrees. And when you're literally boiling, that's not going to make much of a difference. I mean, like literally. Also, so these people, they are afraid for their lives. They are gripping in and pulling themselves through through these pipings underwater. Every single scene, you're seeing more and more air just blub out of their mouths as they're swimming, and it's like, okay, are they part fish and what they're breathing out is just the excess carbon dioxide from the filtering of oxygen through their gills? Because they were under there for a long time, and we had got a little bit of tension when the girl was suddenly feeling hard to breathe and was
right.
I don't know. It's just
and then she gets sucked up against the pipe, the drainage pipe.
Which why did she get sucked up but the guy didn't?
And
there should have been adequate enough pressure to get them both.
And why did he have to grab a vine and actually work hard to swim down to her when suction was pulling her into? I know. It's just stupid stuff like that. So anyway, I mean, I'm okay for watching it. It's not something that I would have ever picked to watch because it just didn't look like it was going to be good anyway. We've seen some movies that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that 90 minutes back. I didn't feel that way with this one, but it's definitely not a movie that I would recommend to go spend your time doing unless you just like Chinese disaster movie flicks. But I learned something when I was doing a little bit of research on this movie bit. Did you know that this is a remake of an American movie?
Wait, what?
This is a remake of a movie from 1980. It's a remake of an American movie. A remake of a movie from 1980 called When Time Ran Out. Get this. It stars Paul Newman, Jacqueline Bisset, William Holden, Alex Karras, Pat Morita, Burgess Meredith, Red Buttons, Ernest Borgnine. Basically, it basically starred. Listen, it basically starred Paul Newman, Jacqueline Bisset, and all your typical like 70s and 80s disaster movie actors, the people that were in all the disaster movie flicks. And I went and watched the trailer of it. We can watch it on Amazon if I want to rent it. But I watched the trailer for that movie. Buddy, with a star-studded cast, I honestly think it is cheesier and worse than this thing that we just watched. It
really?
Looked like, oh my gosh, it looked horrible.
Was it cheesier than last Starfighter? Was it cheesier than Last
Okay,
Starfighter?
I officially am going to legally disown you at this point. I'm going to file paperwork today to legally disown you. It seriously, go check out the trailer for When Time Ran Out from 1980 with Paul Newman. He must have been hurt.
Sounds so familiar.
He was Cool Hand Luke, and he was Luke in Cool Hand Luke, which was one of the movies.
Oh yeah,
that
guy.
Yeah. One of the best.
Mitch, come on, you know I'm joking.
One of the best actors in history, right? So, man,
at least
so much
sure
more.
Guns is Team Connor.
It's so much more fun when there's actually people in the chat room to talk to when we're doing this.
Right.
They make me laugh more than I can make myself laugh. So, but anyway, so it was just, you know, it is what it is. It was just not a great movie.
I'm sorry, I hurt you.
So anyway, you know, I wouldn't recommend you see it, but if you're up for it, if you really feel like it, go right ahead.
Bottom of the list.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't terrible. Is it worth the watch? If you catch it on cable and you don't change the channel, you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna be like, wow, I wish I didn't just sit through that.
I don't know. I mean,
while it's full of contradictions, while it's full of continuity stuff and just all kinds of errors that just make it hard to sit with, the actual story I actually liked. The actual story and plot progression I actually did enjoy.
Well, I'll put it this way. To me, it's one of those movies where if you're the kind of person that likes to watch bad movies on purpose, you won't be disappointed. If you're looking for a great disaster flick, that kind of thing, with great acting, great plot lines, all that kind of great special effects, you're not going to get it. You know, so if you go to IMDb, you know, and you pull up the movie stuff, and it always kind of lists, you know, the director and the first 2 or 3 actors in the movie. Do you know who's listed first? The little girl. She's actually listed first. And then when you click on her name, there's not even a picture of her. But so how did she get to be first bill on IMDb?
Okay. Now which little girl? The little girl that gets the watch in the end, or the little girl that played one of the main characters when she was a kid?
What? No, what's that?
The little girl who got the watch in the end, or the little girl who plays the main character when she was a kid in the beginning of the movie?
Well, the girl's name was B, but when I clicked on it, they didn't show a picture of her. So I don't know which girl it was, but it was the little girl.
What was the character?
I think it was the little girl at the beginning. So why don't let's do something. Let's roll for our next movie, and let's roll for our next segment. How about we do that? Okay?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do that. So let me pull my stuff up. So, all right, so we roll for the service, we roll for the genre, and we roll for the movie. So let's see what I got. All right, I got to see. So I got a what did I get here? There it is. So I got a 6, which is Amazon, and then I got a 2, which is Sci-Fi, and then I rolled a 63. So we're going to go check out the 63rd Sci-Fi movie on Amazon Prime. So I want to pull that up really quick, okay? And then see what that is, and I will be right back. I'll make sure I hit the right button. I did. All right, hold on. I'm scrolling here. So, okay, all right. So we're gonna see. It looks like it's more of a horror-ish / sci-fi movie. Mitch may know this one. I don't know. It's from 2020. It's called Black Box, and the tag is: after losing his wife and his memory in a car accident.
Black Box.
Yep. After losing his wife and his memory in a car accident, a single father undergoes an agonizing experimental treatment that causes him to question who he really is. So that's what we're going to watch. That's what. So
That sounds kind of like RoboCop.
no, not really. No, not at all. Actually,
The
But
guy,
thanks
the
for
guy was
playing.
the guy survived a bad a bad thing, and he became the experiment for this new thing.
Not anyway.
It's
not
in the
RoboCop.
premise of RoboCop as well.
From the pictures that I see, it looks nothing like RoboCop. Nothing like
Okay.
RoboCop. So
Okay.
you'll just have to see. So all right, so we're gonna roll.
I haven't seen RoboCop though.
All right, so here we go. So we're gonna roll for our. Oh, is it
Team Nobody.
Oh wow!
This is Team Nobody now.
I know, man.
He's Team Chase. He's Team Chase. He's Chase the Chickens fan now.
All right. So what we're doing next week, our new segment for next week, we're doing the build a character workshop. So we're going to do a build a character workshop, and we're going to do Black Box from 2020. That's the stuff we're going to do. Guys, that's it. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the chat, for hanging out with us. Thanks for bearing with network issues and us being rusty for not doing this for 6 months. And just giving
Dennis, thank you. Mitch,
Yeah.
thank you. And Guns, an extra big thank you to you too for being a whole new listener for us.
That's right. So thanks for that, guys. We really appreciate it. We're gonna do this every other week. We're not gonna try to push a weekly schedule right now. We're just gonna go every other week, kind of work our way into it. So we will see you again here, Twitch, 8 o'clock on Friday, May 15th. We'll be back doing this stuff. We may do some game streaming in between, but just hang out with us and follow us on all the socials. We do Threads, we do Instagram.
Chat.
So anyway, so thanks, y'all. We appreciate it so much for y'all hanging out with us and stopping by to say hey. And y'all have a great night, have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next time. And always remember,
stay nerdy, my friends.
dance, monkey, dance.
You play the organ and I'll dance.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.
Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.